Nigel, welcome back to an ACE catch-up. But just for those that may not have seen you so far, can you just quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Nigel Budd. I run the Code UK Agile practice, and I've been in the Atlassian ecosystem about 8 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
A long time, yes.
We've got some history, so that's perfect
yes
as well. Okay, so we're obviously at Team. It's day 2, but the first full day, and it's been a very busy day so far.
It really has.
So I'm going to crack right on with the conversation, or the questions even. So what have you learned from today?
Okay, so this might take a while.
Yeah, definitely.
So, today, Atlassian announced what can only be described as a shed load of features.
Yes.
Okay, and it's super exciting. Obviously, not all of these things are available now, but we've got a really clear understanding what Atlassian's roadmap for the next probably 1 or 2 years looks like.
Yeah.
How they're repositioning their products, how they're trying to sort of transform them into more of a platform than a set of tools, which is a really interesting story.
Yes.
And makes them compete better against sort of Microsoft, Google, SAP, things like that. And just fundamentally, that's a really exciting start.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the key features or takeaways. Okay, I'm going to start with, I think, the ones that I think interest me most because they're the ones that are coming soon and probably the things that are affecting our customers, our friends who are watching this, and also I think the things that are probably you need to know about because they might affect your current Jira's, conferences and things like that in the short-term future.
Yeah.
So the big announcement that happened in the keynote was that Jira Software and Jira Service Management are no more. It's now Jira.
Yeah.
And this is such a marvellous change, in my opinion, because with the customers I've been working with, have been really struggling with, which project type do I need?
Yeah, taking away from JWM and SW into software, work management. Oh, is it a business user, but we want, or is it software?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want those features, and they want those.
Yeah, I mean,
features.
the Jira software users wanted the calendars and the list views.
Yeah.
The Jira work management wanted the flexible boards and things like that. So there was no happy medium.
No.
And buying licenses or trying to scale how many licenses do I need was impossible to work out. So this is really helping. This is simplifying.
Massively.
I'm really pleased with this.
Yeah.
And it also just means that Jira software also get the calendar, the list view, and things like that.
Exactly what they wanted.
What we wanted. Great.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. While we're on the subject, and some of the screenshots showed a kind of a Jira on its side. The top menu has now moved to the left. A big search button at the top. Atlassian tried this a few years ago. And putting the menu on the side, and got quite a bit of kickback. But this is it's reimagined. I think this is a bit more thought through.
It looks very seamless as a design. The layout is very cool.
Yeah, it does look cool, and it's also a refresh. We get UI refreshes on our mobile phones and Windows or whatever every few years anyway. So I think people are a bit more used to it.
Yeah.
So I hope that's going to be a success. But it wasn't really talked about in the keynote. It was just a few little screenshots. It was quite subtle. Yes, it was. And I'm not sure whether that was just put out there to get a bit of feedback first before they press the button.
Yeah. Maybe.
And there was no timescales about when it was going to be rolled out, but it did feel like it was happening fairly soon. So
we've seen the little subtle changes. We've noticed it in my own Agile work instances about the calendar feature moving there, or the project in a work management project, the navigation changing.
That's right.
So they are slowly releasing this stuff.
Yes.
So
and I had lists in my Jira software project last week, I noticed.
Did you?
Which is a bit of a clue that something's going to happen today.
Something big is coming, yeah. I like it, okay.
So there's a few exciting things, and I think it's a good opportunity to sort of get you used to UX change in a subtle way.
Yes.
But that one will be a big thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And also means we're rewriting all our training manuals and things like that.
We're going to have fun as the solution partner again.
Everyone, yes. So next exciting thing was Atlas. So Atlas appears to be now being combined with Jira.
They did speak more about the whole goals and sub-goals and that kind of method moving that project management aspect into Jira alongside your actual work.
Yeah. I think Atlas is a great product. I think it's great, for managing your projects, doing status updates, from aligning work to goals.
Yeah,
really good. And the free edition gave you an awful lot of power.
Yeah,
but it was a bit weird that you had to flick between tools.
Yeah,
your goals were set up here, but visible here, and things like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So actually, this is another really sensible move.
Yep.
That they've now brought it into Jira. It's all in there. you can get that visibility. You can start easily linking the work that you're doing to the goals. Wonderful. And actually, a lot of organisations I speak to are becoming more goal orientated.
I think the
OKRs are popular.
Yeah, I mean, that because it will become more obvious, I think that they'll also see a big uptake in the usability or the usage of it. So yeah, I think that's
and it's positive. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I've not heard anything bad about that from anyone that I've spoken to today.
I also found a lot of people weren't really aware of Atlas as a product.
No, so it was because of the point A entry. It was always very, very subtle.
Feels like a beta.
Yes, always.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm glad that we're seeing more of it actually.
Absolutely. Yeah, and a lot of that point A messaging seems to have gone away as well.
Yes. Again.
And so I'm not sure if they're talking less about it.
No, I know. But I know you're coming onto it, but the whole beacon as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
so those are the main headline features. AI, of course. AI had to be
big
this year.
topic. Yes.
So December last year, AI, Atlassian Intelligence, that is, not artificial intelligence, went into GA. Massive uptake for our customers in the cloud.
Yes.
Very popular. Few people are a bit hesitant to start, but once they do it, they're addicted.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing it, get permission. Go through the compliance checks and things like that, but get it switched on your cloud instances because it's beneficial.
Yeah.
And they've announced another 30 odd AI enhancements, which is great. So, for example, my favourite one I think was creating subtasks automatically.
Yes, the recommendation based on title and description.
So wonderful. I was great watching the demo.
Yeah.
And some of the service management ones as well. Auto summarizing the comments.
Recommendation of stakeholders and SMEs and queues as well.
Queues you could create.
Yeah.
That was some fantastic. There was something quite nuanced as well.
Yes.
There was also one I saw where someone was doing a product requirements document in Confluence.
Yes.
And they put out a couple of bullet points and then expanded the text.
Full on,
So
it's gone from summarizing to creation.
Generation, yes.
Yeah, and I do think a lot of, we've spoken about it, we've spoken about it in person, we've heard in sessions so far that AI is all about the enablement. That was the opening keynote statement from Fei Lin. It's an enablement, and all we are doing is making people better.
Yes.
So it's really nice to hear such positive messaging this year.
It is, yeah. And Confluence has been a bit quiet the last couple of years in Team.
Yeah.
It's been there, it's been sensible, it's been important. It's just plodding on, it felt like. Yeah, they added a few things like whiteboards and they came along eventually. This year, it's accelerating like mad, it seems, mainly by AI.
Hasn't it had its focus in the spotlight for now?
It did, yes. So we had the whiteboards, of course, but then they're powered by AI.
Yes.
We had the tables, but now they're powered by AI. And it seemed like every single conference feature that we know and love is now powered by AI.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's suddenly just taken it from this sort of wiki editor to this massive performance, a way of just getting performance out of the tool, auto-generating chat, correcting it, changing the tone. Just fantastic.
I think some of those amazing things that we've seen, you mentioned about the whiteboards though, is this, we have a topic, but it's this blank space. How the hell do I start?
Yeah.
And it's now been like, okay, well, give me a statement. I'm going to go find conference pages and Jira tickets, and I'm going to give you that data to immediately get going. Then it's going to be able to group, it's going to be able to recommend, and then push all of that data back into Confluence and Jira. I thought that was a brilliant addition to whiteboards.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. And also Confluence Search. Confluence, as we're amongst friends, has never had the best of search. It's always been a bit of a struggle sometimes to get the right thing out of Confluence.
Yes.
It does okay, but it can go wrong. Powered by AI, I actually get the feeling that Confluence Search is going to be a real power tool.
Yeah. I mean, knowledge is power at the end of the day, and I think we've now seen some amazing improvements to the way Confluence is going to run.
And it's not just Confluence, because the great announcement, and that was a bit of a surprise, was it now searches across all of the tools.
Yes, a unified search experience. How brilliant that was.
Yes. So that's exciting. And, I'm sure you're the same, and I'm sure our friends are the same. Sometimes you can't remember where that thing was.
No.
Was it a ticket? Was it a conference page? Was it a Slack message?
Yeah.
You just have it in your brain that there was this document or page or something that someone told me about what I had to do.
Absolutely.
And I can't remember what it was. So
I wrote that note somewhere.
That's it.
What was that note?
It was a comment.
Yeah.
So the fact that it can just search across all the tools in one place.
Yeah.
Love it.
Power.
Yes. I can't wait for that to land.
Yeah.
Yes. So AI, massive story. We kind of expected that. So I guess there was a couple of other things that came out as new announcements.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Rovo next?
I think we're going to have to. Because, oh my God.
Yes. That was just incredible.
Yeah,
Right.
I think I sat there I had to lift my jaw back in with some of the stuff coming out for Rovo.
Yes. So this is a new product.
Yes.
Okay, and it's going to be part of the searching ability, and it's going to pull in information, data, to turn it into knowledge from all sorts of locations. Because Atlassian's story is that your enterprise has lots of data and information in lots of different places. It's not just in Conference, it's not just in Jira, it's in Google Docs, it's in other applications and things like that. So the ability to pull all of this together into one basic AI learning model, and then be able to search on it, to analyze it, and find things out about what's going on, incredible. So you can look up acronyms or code words, project names.
That was really nice.
Demonstrated.
The Blueberry
That was great.
demonstration of what is Project Blueberry. Project Blueberry. I wouldn't know what that is if I'm just looking at data, but the fact that I can then get all that information
about it, and all that contextual information, like who's running it, and you can ask questions. So if you're used to ChatGPT and that sort of user experience where you can ask it a question and get an informed answer, that's what Rovo is going to give you. It's like ChatGPT for an enterprise.
Yes, absolutely. But I also liked the little subtlety. They nodded to it for sure, but it was more subtle, which is, this is the ability to search on those keywords and things like that, where it's not just Atlassian products.
Yep.
It means that they can also add this browser extension, which means that I can now search in Google or any other website address for those same keywords.
I know. Was it fantastic?
Yeah, how brilliant. And
somehow it's going to work out which is the most relevant as well, or give you some options or
context for those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like with AIs, I think this is going to be a fun challenge for people to adopt, because not everyone's used to prompt engineering or how to ask an AI. Increasingly people are, sure, technical people are, but your average user isn't yet.
But do you remember, we actually had our ACE event back in January, and Lewis Lovelock, also from FECode, alluded to this exact thing. We are having to retrain ourselves how to search. We have been used to SEO searching on Google, phrases, key things. That just isn't the world anymore.
No. Absolutely not, but it's a re-education, as you say. But I think the benefit you get from it is going to be immense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's such an exciting thing.
Very, very exciting. Rovo, I think, didn't they say towards the end of this year that we're going to see this? So again, it's not coming now.
Nope.
But it's going to be a big thing when that lands. big thing. And I know that their wait list, so they put out for their EAP wait list. I know that would have been slammed.
Yeah.
Surprised that page didn't go down. Really,
so
really
many
excited
people
about
want this. Atlassian haven't announced pricing. They did mention the word paid.
Yes,
we're going to wait with anticipation on that one, I guess. But the benefit ROI is probably going to be justifiable.
I would imagine. And there are other products. I mentioned to you personally about Glean is something that I've seen and used. So, but this seems to again be going a little bit further than just some of these other AI products that exist.
Yes,
we spoke about how other service management products have an AI chatbot. Atlassian have kind of one up that area.
Yes,
we've spoken about how things like Copilot and other, again, development-based AI things, and again, Atlassian have recognized that and going one step further in how that works.
Yeah.
And we're now seeing it in collaboration and other areas that aren't what I was kind of expecting.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of virtual agents, we can't ignore that, because I think we were talking about this before this recording. I think that one of the things that impressed us most about Rovo is that Atlassian have included virtual teammates.
Yes, the AI agent. That was brilliant.
As part of your team. So you've got virtual agents acting as extensions to your team to do those automations, those common jobs. And Atlassian did a demonstration in the keynote where they removed a feature flag from a piece of code. So they asked it to remove it. The chat engine sort of kicked off with the agents, checked which feature flag to remove, and then they clicked it and then said go. They had an opportunity to review the code changes as part of a pull request, and then it built it, executed it, deployed it, and whatever else you wanted in your pipeline. So it took 5 minutes to make this change. That change would normally take a developer maybe an hour or so, and you might do hundreds if not thousands of these over the course of a year.
We can safe to say by just this one, and they had 20 out of the box, but this one out of the box AI agent can easily save a company, we're talking thousands of hours.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Well, there's your saving already.
And Atlassian, I think they said that their own teams have saved so many thousands of hours on this.
So they also showed us a couple more. One was more in the collaboration and communication aspect, but that agent, again, very, very cool. The idea of you can give it message, you want it to check messaging, you want it to review your writing. That was really, really nice. And it also means that I don't want to say the fact that teams don't have to chat, but it means that, do you know what I mean? Is that we're not now reliant on our brand team having time to check things. We just make sure that they make sure that their content is correct, and then any messaging goes out is checked against the brand. So again, we're saving time by making sure that people have spent time doing the things that they need to do and not the day-to-day life. So,
absolutely. The low-hanging fruit gets taken care of automatically, leaving us time to do the more, complex activities.
And the human element needs.
Absolutely. So the Rover was great. You can tell by our passion in this one. We think that the possibilities of this tool are.
I think you and I could spend an hour, if not more, talking just on Rover.
We could. 20 agents out of the box, but you can write your own. You can use Forge. There's a marketplace coming as well, and I think if you're a marketplace app vendor, you're probably starting to think how you could develop these now.
Yeah, absolutely. And are we going to see things maybe from some certain scripting apps? Are we going to see like a scripting agent where it's going to write and be able to produce scripts for you? Is that going to now be able to save admins time, again, not having to go ahead and go through this big writing process to make errors to do this, but it's going to help us. So
team next year could be stalls with just marketplace app vendors who write marketplace apps for AI agents. I would not be surprised if this does start that sort of activity.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really excited. Amazing. Okay.
And it'd be also interesting to see how many customers themselves develop their own.
Yes, actually. I think, with Forge, it was a bit of a slow burner, Forge, but I think this will encourage, again, more usage of that kind of platform.
Absolutely,
Amazing. Okay. I think we're towards the end of the knowledge. Have you got anything else that you think we need?
Just a couple of quick ones, but you're right, we've probably taken enough of people's time. So there was a new announcement for a new product called Guard.
We've spoken about Beacon.
It's kind of Access and Beacon together. It was just a rebrand a little bit with a few extra features, little stars we saw in there. We're not quite sure what they mean at Atlassian. Maybe we'll come back and explain that, but you come back. But when you see the slide, you'll understand the sort of direction that Atlassian is trying to take. But basically, it feels like they're upping the game on security, part of their enterprise story, which is great. And things in the cloud have to be secure, which is great. And also the recent acquisition of Optic for Campus,
very important.
So Campus is the component management and dev experience tool, very popular. 5,000 installs, I think they said.
Yeah, they said in a year. It's one again. It's a very high grow one, and they mentioned again JPD as well, hugely high growing.
7,000.
So
last year.
Some big numbers in there, but you're right.
So
Optic.
Across the whole estate, there's just been features, and AI across the whole estate as well.
They launched some pretty amazing numbers, which I thought was incredible. So what do they say? Over the last 12 months, they've made 1,000 new features. Over 8,000 deployments, which equated to like 8 minutes. Which it just baffles me.
I know, it's amazing. Yes.
How the hell is that happening?
Automation pipelines, we know how it happens, but it just shows you how agile and just cloud first and fast paced they are at the moment. And I think this feature list that they're showing us is showing that.
Absolutely.
The benefits of it.
Amazing. Well, we've certainly learned a lot today.
We have. It's been an exciting day.
So what have you enjoyed
from
Team so far?
Okay, so I love coming to Teams, and one of the things I love about it is, of course, catching up with everybody. It's a great place to meet people who've been coming for several years. Customers, you quite often see the same people, vendor partners. Our solution partners who are our competitors, but also our friends. You know, we have drinks, we have hugs. It's just great.
It's a really nice tight community.
I love it tight community,
and it's one. I've heard it a few times, but boomerangs, people leave, but they always seem to come back.
Indeed, and so Teams is a good opportunity to chat about the new experiences, where they are now, how things are going. But there's rarely any kind of bad feelings or anything like that.
No,
it's just
definitely
it's
not.
Such a friendly ecosystem.
It's really, really nice. Okay. Final question then. We're halfway through.
Yes.
So we still got one more day to go, and the rest of this day. We're not quite finished yet. But what are you still hoping from Team?
Still hoping. So I'm hoping to meet with more customers. I'm hoping to chat with more people about what they've seen on the keynotes and what their takeaways are. Hoping to see maybe one or two of the sessions as well. There's still such a lot to do in Teams. It's an exciting, packed time. And Bash, of course.
Oh, we can't forget Bash.
We can't forget Bash. That's going to be good.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time again.
You're welcome.
I'll talk to you soon.
Anytime.